And then Eileen saying, hi, are you back now for the next couple of weeks? I'm back now pretty much till Christmas. Yeah, till the end of the year. I've just had a clump of retreats that have meant that I've been away for nearly a month actually, but now I'm back. So it's so nice for me to be back as well with this lovely community. Um, where were we? Oh yeah, Kathleen's in the US, 2 p.m. That's good. Lovely. And Kate, first timer here. So very, very warm welcome to you, Kate. And you're on a wet North Staffordshire. Alison from Hungerford. And we've got another first timer here based in Dubai and Dublin. That's Orla. So very, very warm welcome. And then lots of other people saying they're here now. So that's good. So it's 7 o'clock. We'll just wait another minute or two for anyone else to come in. But again, while we're just waiting these last couple of minutes, really being attentive to your physical position. I always encourage people to be fussy. I know many of us who are here, we've got uncomfortable bodies. And if there's anything you can do to ease your discomfort, then please do that. So if it means getting a different sort of pillow, different sort of chair, getting a blanket or whatever, then please take the time to do that because it's good. If there is discomfort we can ease, then it's always good to do that. And then we've got Jill, second week back after a 2 year break. So that's wonderful, isn't it? We just keep doing this. You can come and go away for 2 weeks and then 2 years and then come back. That's fantastic. So big warm welcome. And Andrea, another first timer. So yeah, special welcome. And then Tia, another first timer. Fantastic. That's so good. We've got quite a few new people this week. And in case you don't know, there's always recordings on our YouTube channel at Breathworks, so you can catch up on any of these space to breathe meditations. And there's now about 5.5 years worth. So that's hundreds of them. Yeah. So very, very warm welcome. And just to say a little bit about who we are. So Breathworks is a UK-based charity, but we work for people all over the world, helping people manage pain, illness, and stress. So our whole mission is to provide community and also to give us ways to manage a bit better. And it all comes out of my own lived experience of spinal pain for nearly 50 years. And I found mindfulness extremely helpful. So we want to offer our resources free at the point of need for anyone, anywhere in the world. And we're very, very delighted to do that. Yeah, very committed team, very committed board of trustees. In fact, we had a trustees meeting today, very inspiring. And we had the chair of our trustees out there waving. Robert Jones, wonderful. Um, so I'm just going to tell you a couple of things that are coming up, and then I'll also repeat these at the end. And we've got our wonderful tech support person out there, Mark. He'll put the links in the chat box, and then we'll also put them in at the end. So one of them is on Thursday, this Thursday in a couple of days' time, 6:30 to 8:30 UK time. I'm having a conversation with Miranda Hart. So those of you in the UK, you may well have heard of her. She's a very well-known actor, comedian, writer. Mostly she's well known because she's an absolutely hilarious comedian, and she had a sitcom called Miranda many years ago, and she's had her own very serious health problems. So she's sort of disappeared from the public eye for about 10 years. And now she's written a book about some of the ways she's learned to manage. So we're going to have a conversation, and we actually met on Zoom yesterday. We'd never met each other, and we had a chat, and it was lovely. I think it's going to be a really warm, accessible, interesting conversation. So the link is there to book that if you'd like to. And it's a fundraiser for Breathworks, like most charities these days, where needing to actively fundraise. So the other thing that we launched this week, which is very, very exciting, is a GoFundMe campaign. So we're trying to raise £50,000 by the end of the year, and we've already, within 24 hours, raised 5,000. So we're already at a tenth of our target. Probably many of you have already donated, so thank you so much. But we would really, really appreciate your support. So there's the link for that as well. But we'll add those at the end. So we're about to meditate, so don't go off chasing links right now, but we'll put them in at the end of the session as well. So this week, what we're going to do is a very traditional practice that comes from the Buddhist tradition. In fact, it may even be pre-Buddhist, called the mindfulness of breathing. So we do variations on this in various ways at Breathworks, but we're just going to do the classic one tonight, which is in 4 stages. And it's a way of coming closer to the breath in the body to help the mind settle. So we use the experience of breathing in the body, the sensations and movement of breathing in the body as an anchor for the mind. Because as we know, our minds love to go off and think about, and certainly in my case, many, many utterly futile and meaningless things. It's what minds do. So we just give the mind something to keep coming back to. And we also give the mind a little task, because that means that it may be a little bit more engaged. So in the first stage, we drop in a count silently to ourselves at the end of each breath. And when we've counted 10 breaths, we start over from 1 again. In the second stage, we do the same thing, but we drop the count in before each breath. The third stage, we drop the counting and we're just aware of breathing in the whole body. And then in the fourth stage, we refine our awareness to be aware of the sensations where the breath first enters and leaves the body. So I'll guide you through it. You don't need to remember any of that, but I'm just giving you the lay of the land. Okay, so let's begin by setting ourselves up. If we're sitting, seeing if we can be as relaxed as possible and yet alert. So we're sort of really resting into the chair, but with the quality of dignity, alertness. We're lying down, letting the body settle down into the bed or the floor. But again, you could form an intention to stay awake if that's what you want to do. Sometimes having an intention can help. And it can help to close the eyes for a lot of us. We find it just helps to settle the senses a little bit if we close the eyes, but that's obviously completely up to you. And having a sense of our awareness beginning to draw inside the body. And allowing the body to rest down into the position that we've chosen, whether we're sitting, whether we're lying. So a sense of the body resting, yielding into the support beneath us. So straight away we may feel a little softening of our habits of gripping and tension, but always being careful not to force. More a quality of allowing the weight of the body to rest down. If we find it helpful, we could take a few deeper breaths, and on each out breath, just releasing the past, releasing what's coming next, and seeing if we can settle into each present moment. And when we're ready, we can allow the breathing to find its own natural rhythm in the body. This beautiful short poem by David White, which is called Enough. Enough. These few words are enough. If not these words, this breath. If not this breath, this sitting here, this opening to the life we have refused again and again until now. Until now. Beautifully simple poem about presence, about awareness, about opening to our experience. So seeing if we can allow our awareness to rest inside breathing, inside the body. So we're not looking at it from the outside or thinking about it as an abstract idea, but we're feeling the movements, maybe in the belly, the chest, the back of the body. Allowing the breath to flow all the way in, flow all the way out. And if at any point it becomes uncomfortable, of course, you can take your awareness somewhere else, maybe to the hands, the buttocks, the feet, something stabilizing. And then moving back towards the breathing, if or when you feel ready. And seeing if we can be really curious about the breath. How many sensations can we feel? Can we let the out breath flow all the way out, the in breath flow back in its own time? And when we're ready, we could move into the first stage of this classic meditation practice, where at the end of each out breath, we drop in a number very lightly, like a pebble in a pond. So breathing in and breathing out, count 1 silently to ourselves. Breathing in, breathing out, count 2 in our own rhythm. And when we've counted 10 breaths, we start over from 1 again. And if you notice you get lost, we celebrate the fact that we notice we're lost, which is our moment of awareness. So we know what's happening, and then we can choose to start back at 1 again. What's happening now? If you've wandered far away, then without harsh judgment, regrouping, Coming back inside, breathing inside the body and counting from 1 again. So now we'll transition into the second stage. So before we do this, let's just check in how the body is, if there's tension arising. Checking that we're still giving the weight of the body up to the surface beneath us. If your breathing's feeling tight, you could take a few deeper breaths just to settle things. Letting the face be soft, jaw soft, hands soft, buttocks soft. And when we're ready, we can move into the second stage, where we drop the counting in very lightly before each in-breath. So it's very similar to the other stage, just a slight adjustment to keep us interested. 1, breathing in, breathing out. 2, breathing in, breathing out, and so on, in our own rhythm. And when we count to 10 breaths, we start from 1 again. And if we notice we've got lost, we start from 1 again. Now we'll transition to the next stage. So again, using this transition just to check in how we're getting on, if we're getting tense or strained. Just take a few deeper breaths, release on the out breath. Move the body a little bit if you need to. And settling back into stillness. Soft buttocks, soft belly, soft hands, soft face, soft jaw, tongue, lips, soft eyes. Now we'll drop the counting and allow our awareness to rest inside breathing, inside the body. Resting inside all the different movements and sensations in the belly and the chest and the back of the body, perhaps. Receiving quality on the in-breath, and letting go on the out-breath. Your mind keeps running away, just realizing that's normal. And then noticing we can invite it back inside breathing, inside the body again and again. And that's the training. It's a little bit like training a puppy. And now we'll gently transition into the final stage. So we stay aware in the body, soft, receptive. But now we rest our awareness inside the sensations where the air first enters the body and last leaves the body with each breath. So it might be around the tip of the nose, the upper lip perhaps. So we're refining our awareness, we're becoming more sensitive. And it's very delicate. So the tendency can be in this stage to force and strain, go a bit cross-eyed. So we're not doing that. We're resting in the whole body still. And then it's like a bee on a flower gathering pollen. It's very precise and yet light. We have that kind of awareness. So being curious about what sensations we can feel, where the air becomes breath on the way in, and where the breath becomes air on the way out. See if we can be more interested in exploring the delicacy of this than chasing after thoughts. Now let's let go of any effort whatsoever. Just resting in the body, resting in the moment. Letting the mind go wherever it wants to go. So we have a few moments of effortless, just sitting, just lying, absorbing the practice. And now let's bring this meditation to a close. We can open our eyes if they've been closed, maybe look around our room, just take in our environment, moving the body however we want to. Ah, wonderful. I've just got you all back on gallery view. So for those of you who are here for the first time, I always stay on for a little bit at the end um, with anyone who wants to join me, and people write in the chat box what they noticed in the meditation. What was your experience in the meditation? I always read them out because we sometimes have people for whom reading a chat box is difficult. Um, if you want to slip away, of course, do so, and we'll see you next week. And but just a reminder about the two events that we've got. We've got the, well, not events. We've got the conversation with Miranda Hart this Thursday, and then there's the very, very important GoFundMe campaign that we've just launched this week, so that we can keep offering what we do, and we don't have to cut back on anything. Good. So someone said time slips away. Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? Time. It can be quite different in meditation. Mm. Various people saying thank you. Feeling rested, peaceful. That's from Christine. And then Kate, really feel better and grounded. Yeah, I mean, I always find it so interesting. This, all we've done is sit quietly for 25 minutes, and we can feel so different as a consequence of that. And I'm aware that for some of you, you might feel a bit more aware of something more disturbing within yourself. That can also happen as well. And then we just bring kindness to that. And Fran, as I was breathing, I was listening to the wind in the trees. It felt like listening to the air in my lungs. So soothing. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Angela, floating, drifting, lovely. And Lizzie, thank you. It was so relaxing to just breathe. And Ezzy, thanks so much. Really needed that. Nadia, feeling so calm. Thank you. And then Bridget, thank you. Interesting that as counted got faster after 6, as tried to hold on to the number and not focus on many stressful things around me. Got calmer as we went on. It's interesting. Yeah, I mean, I think that's partly why, somebody thousands of years ago decided to introduce this idea of counting, because if the mind's very busy, it gives the mind a little task to come back to. Sometimes just staying with the breath, that's not quite engaging enough. And then for some other people, the counting gets in the way. So you can see what works for you. And Janet, really needed your guidance tonight, and grateful too for being with others. Yeah, so it's really good to name that, how helpful it is to meditate with other people. Yeah. And with Orla, wonderful experience overall. Well, this is one of our newcomers. Wonderful. As the practice evolved, I felt like it was in a type of outer body dreamlike state where I was trying to make sense of what I was seeing. Overall, felt a lot longer than the time allotted, which is a great way to rest. It's interesting. I mean, I don't exactly know what you mean there, but it's important that we don't sort of split off from the body, because we do have bodies, but what can happen is our experience of the body can feel much less dense and tight, which is maybe what you're referring to there. But great that you had a good experience for your first time here. Dreamlike state, yeah. Meg, feeling calmer and grounded. And someone called LM, calmer and more peaceful. Thank you. And put the day behind me. Yeah, very, very good. The day has gone. But of course, we hang on, don't we? And Jill, thank you so much. I relaxed very deeply and very quickly. I feel very chilled now. And Maz, I enjoyed focusing on the different stages. I felt like I was cooperating with my body rather than resisting. That's really well said, Maz. Yeah, wouldn't it be wonderful if we could do that all the time? Cooperate with the body rather than resist. So wonderful. Yeah, I mean that's one of the great arts of meditation, as you know, because you're a very experienced meditator. And Jay, thank you, Vidyamala. A little oasis in a challenging day. Yeah, well, I'm pleased to hear that. Ah, and Mark saying, Moonum, Maisie Moo, and Fran Christie on YouTube say thank you. Those are fantastic names, aren't they? And Maureen, thank you. Feeling so less stressed from life's demands. was really in the moment, and all the pressures had become as nothing. Fantastic. And Karen, an interesting observation. Although the first two stages of the mindfulness of breathing have a different focus, the focal point is actually the same place each time, the pause between the out breath and the in breath. I chose to sit upright today, only supported with a small lower back cushion, which helped with alertness in the fourth stage when sleepy head settled in. Yeah, thank you, Karen. Yes, you're right. I mean, the actual point in the first and second stage is the same as that beautiful, tiny little pause between the out breath and the in breath. There's just a bit of variety, which is helpful because if the mind, our minds so easily get bored. So we just slightly adjust the instruction to help us stay with it. And Helen, a really profound sense of the air becoming breath and breath becoming air like a loop, and realizing that we are absolutely nothing without the breath. Thank you so much. Yeah, beautifully put, Helen. And Kathy, feeling grounded, thinking has slowed down and spacious. Yeah, there is this wonderful thing about the way we're wired up, where if we're experiencing the sensations in the body directly, like not thinking about them but feeling them, we can't be lost in thought at the same time. We just can't do those two things at the same time, which is really helpful, isn't it? So if we get curious about our direct experience, then our mind will always be present. Might not last for long, but that's the training again. And Penny, thank you. I found I was aware of thumps and bumps of my heart and that I concentrated on the breath in my back, which was calming. Time wandered by counting. Not sure what that means. But yeah, breathing in the back of the body is naturally calming. So if you're ever feeling a bit agitated, coming into the back is a really good thing to do. Yeah. And Donna Marie, many thanks for this gorgeous practice and all that breathworks give. Feeling more connected within. Donated to the GoFundMe fundraiser. Thank you so much, Donna Marie. That's from me. And then her message, hoping we may all continue enjoying and sharing in this beautiful community. Thank you, Donna Marie. That's wonderful. And then Helen saying, really looking forward to seeing two brilliant women in conversation on Thursday and encourage everyone to support the fundraising campaign. I believe £5 from everyone on the mailing list would do it. Less than a coffee and a cake and healthier for it. That's true, yes, because we've got 10,000 people on our mailing list. And so that's really well put. And of course, not everybody will donate. So if you can give more than £5, that's also, of course, very welcome as well. But yeah, it's wonderful. I think we've had, hundreds of donations already. It's so gratifying and moving. So thank you so much for helping us to help you, basically. That's what this is all about. So yeah, hope to see lots of you on Thursday. Otherwise, I'll see you all next Tuesday. Have a great week. And thank you all so much for coming. Thank you to Mark, our wonderful tech support person, as always. Yeah, bye-bye, everybody. I'm going to go and have some dinner now. So in fact, I am just going to go now, Mark. Thank you. I'm starving.
Mark, could I ask something? If you miss the thing with Vidyamala and